Hello, strangers. Welcome to Albert Reads the Hits. I am Albert Strange. This is the secrets behind the number ones, and we're back in the 2000s, the new millennium. The second number one song from that decade was none other than first, as always. Take a moment, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. When you do subscribe, please go ahead and leave a note in the comments saying I subscribe, new subscriber here, anything like that. I will reply. Trying to build the channel. Anything you can do really helps. So, to the song. The second number one song of the 2000s, of the year 2000, was none other than the Australian band Savage Garden, I Knew I Loved You. This is a song that I really like. Great love song, of course. It was number one for 4 weeks, not consecutively. It was number one for 3 weeks from January 29th until February 19th. Then it fell off for a week. Came back for another week after that for just for one more week from February 26th until March 3rd. It was written by the two members of the band. It was a two-man band, Daniel Jones and Darren Hayes. Daniel Jones was the singer, and Darren Hayes was the musician, the instrument player. And this song was incredibly popular. I remember the video. Like I said, it had a Kirsten Dunst in it. She was I wouldn't say she was a big actress at that time. She was a pretty hot, young, rising actress. What had she been in? I mean, this was before she was in Spider-Man. I don't remember. I don't. It's not important. But this song was the highest played song on U.S. radio in the year 2000 for the entire year. This was the most played song, and furthermore, on top of that, even it spent 124 weeks on the Hot Adult Contemporary Tracks chart. Now, of course, this channel focuses on the Hot 100, but to spend 124 weeks—that's more than 2 years. 2 years to be on the Hot Adult Contemporary Tracks chart. That's quite an accomplishment. 124 weeks, because a year is 52 weeks, so 2 years is 104. So I had 20 weeks on top of that. So it's a long time. It's a very long time to remain on the charts. So good for them. This was pretty sure this was their last number one hit. They had a couple of hit songs after this, but they broke up, and just a year or two after this song was released, they only had those two albums. They had a very popular album in 1997, 1998. So we'll get to that as we move on into the 90s. But this was their last number one song, and it's a great song that I really really enjoy. So let's get to the lyrics. This is what I do here. I'm reading the hits. So let's read it. So it's Savage Garden, I Knew I Loved You, the second number one song of the year 2000, of the decade of the 2000s, of the aughts. So here we go, and I should be able. I have the lyrics printed in front of me, of course, as always, but I already know the words. So let's go. Maybe it's intuition, but some things you just don't question. Like in your eyes, I see my future in an instant, and there it goes. I think I found my best friend. I know that it might sound more than a little crazy, but I believe. I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I have been waiting all my life. There's just no rhyme or reason, only a sense of completion. And in your eyes, I see the missing pieces I'm searching for. I think I found my way home. I know that it might sound more than a little crazy, but I believe. I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I have been waiting all my life. 1,000 angels dance around you. I am complete now that I found you. I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I have been waiting all my life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you into life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I have been waiting all my life. I knew I loved you before I met you. I knew I loved you. I knew I loved you before I met you. I knew I loved you. I knew I loved you before I met you. I knew I loved you before I met you. I knew I loved you. Of course, it sounds much better as always when the band is singing, when they're harmonizing as they do. Um, Great love song, great love song. I mean, it's about the indefinable aspects of love. You can be attracted to someone and 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 not love them or whatever it might be. What is the intangible parts? The part that makes you crazy. Maybe it's intuition. Some things you just don't question. There's just no rhyme or reason, only the sense of completion. I can't explain why I love you, but I just know that I'm complete. So it must have been, I must have known what I was looking for. I must have known that I loved you before I met you. So it's a great song. I, uh, well, two things. Um, they they wrote this song. The band that is Jones and Hayes. They wrote this song in 40 minutes. At least that's what Daniel Hayes is quoted as saying. So he wrote it in about 40 minutes, and when I first read it, I was like, 40 minutes. That's really fast. But when I read the lyrics, actually, free from the song itself, it's really just two stanzas, and then there's repeating the refrain over and over and over again. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 6 stanzas are all the "I knew I loved you before I met you," or "I knew I loved you. I knew I loved you." It's just over and over again. But it works. It works. I'm not knocking it. I think it's like I said. I think I've said it more than once now. This is a great song. A song that I really like. I had the CD single for this song. I didn't have the album, but I bought the CD single when they still did that in the late '90s, early 2000s. In fact, I think by the early 2000s, those were getting phased out as well. But a funny personal story. Like I said, this was my senior year. I had a crush on a girl, and just from seeing her, I'd never met her, and she was at my high school. And one night, a bunch of my friends and I were out at a restaurant or something. It was a real restaurant. It wasn't like McDonald's. It was like a sit-down restaurant, and she was there. And so I had this thought in my head: maybe I should go up to her and start singing this song to her, because I don't know her, but I know I love her. So I know I love her before I met you. I didn't do that. I'm very glad I didn't do that. You don't realize how creepy things can be when when you're that young. So I don't know that I ever actually did meet her, and I think in a few weeks I got over it anyways. But I always think about that when I hear this song. I was like, I could have made a real. It could have been a real big thing if I had done that. So I'm glad that I didn't. Come on, guys. You did something like that too, or you had ideas something like that. We're all romantics at heart, especially when you're 17, 18 years old. So, I didn't do it, but I really thought about it. I really did. I think a friend of mine was like, don't. Please don't. We need to leave here together. So I can't, we can't leave with you if you do that. So, the great ideas you think you have when you're 17 years old. But anyways, that's what I have for you today, strangers. Thanks for giving me the time. Like I always say, do like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and find me on social media. I did just add Snapchat to my repertoire. So I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and of course the YouTube channel. Lastly, as always, make sure you tip your servers, tip your bartenders, tip your rideshare drivers, and tip your delivery drivers. If you're a 20% tipper, that's great. make it 22%. Give them a little bit extra. They appreciate it, believe me. Tipped people love getting that little extra dollar too. You know, a $50 check, get that $10 is great, but if someone gives you $12, that really puts it over the top. So yeah, again, that's all I have for you today, strangers. Thanks for giving me the time. Watch one of my videos here, or subscribe. One of those two. I can never remember which side they end up on. But I'll be seeing you with the next video from the 2010s. It's a Black Eyed Peas song. I'm not very familiar with them. But again, subscribe, watch the video, whichever side they're on. Thanks again, strangers.